The Prime Minister is today again denying the government is assisting so-called ISIS brides attempting to return to Australia from Syria. Let's go live to our political reporter, Ruben Spargo in Canberra. There's enormous sensitivity around this issue, Anthony Albanese, Ruben, considering what they're known as temporary exclusion orders to block the return of those of that cohort.
Yeah, Kieran, the Prime Minister says he's taking national security advice. 34 women and children with links to Islamic State are attempting to return to Australia from Syria. The group was turned back yesterday after failing to secure the required approvals from the different factions controlling the region. They are now believed to be preparing for another attempt to depart in the coming hours. The Nine papers are reporting the Australian men who travelled to Syria to facilitate the return of the so-called ISIS brides and their children presented valid passports and documentation for the families, according to the director of the detention camp. Nine sources say the family repatriation has been organised by Western Sydney Dr Jamal Rifi, a key community supporter of Home Affairs Minister Tony Burke in his Western Sydney electorate. The Prime Minister maintains the federal government is not officially involved in the effort to bring the group back to Australia. The opposition, though, is calling for temporary exclusion orders to be imposed to prevent their entry into the country. This was put to the Prime Minister a short time ago.
Is the government considering implementing a temporary exclusion order on the women and children wanting to return to Syria?
We take national security advice and we will do what we can to keep Australians safe within the law.
The 34 women and children have received passports, so really the government is helping in that respect?
No, people are having an implementation of Australian law is what is happening. We are providing no assistance to these people and won't provide any assistance to these people, but we won't breach Australian law.
Shadow Defence Minister James Patterson was asked on Sky News earlier whether these temporary exclusion orders should also apply to children. Here was his response.
It's my understanding, though, that for several years the remaining Australian citizens have refused independent repatriation of children and insisted that repatriation only occur with a whole family unit. Now, if the adults in that family unit pose a risk to our security and safety, then I'm very clear-eyed about this. We should keep them offshore. We do not want them home.